So Chad, you are recorded.
All right, well, good morning, everybody. Always a good day when it is a red carpet day. So like Kim said, please put questions in the chat. We'll make sure to answer that all out. And then I hope everybody brought their lighters because there is going to be a performance later. So make sure you stick around on the call for that. So today we are going to learn all about School of Rock. I've had the pleasure of spending the morning with Chuck and Donna and learning a little bit about them and learning about School of Rock. So we're in for a real treat today. So Donna grew up in Southampton, England. If you're not familiar where that is, that's actually where the Titanic sailed and from where the Mayflower made a stop before heading across the pond. If you're not familiar with that terminology, that means the ocean between the UK and here.
Yes.
Her husband grew up in the Chicago area, so we have ourselves a Yankee in a red coat. So we're doing okay. So they found love, and it's good stuff. So Chuck and Donna have 3 children. Alex is their oldest. He is 32. Jackie, who is 28 years old, and Robbie, who is 21. And right now at home, they have a very anxiety-ridden 11-year-old cat. So they have their hands full with their cat. So the way they got started with this whole music School of Rock thing is, so Chuck is actually the guy who found out about School of Rock, and you're going to meet him in just a second. The two of them have kind of toyed around with the idea for a few years. They finally decided, hey, let's just do it. Let's just jump in. Let's just do this thing. Donna and Chuck have always wanted to kind of make a difference in people's lives through music, and School of Rock really is kind of the perfect way for them to do that. Chuck has kind of had music kind of pumping through his veins since he was a kid. He's a multi-instrumentalist. He started playing in rock bands professionally at the age of 15. He's had the honor of performing with a wide array of kind of classic rock musicians, including Todd Rundgren, yes, Jeff Beck, Bill Wyman, Steven Tyler, Danny Seraphine, Steve Morse, and many others. Chuck has also been in the audio and video technology field for the past 20 years. And when you guys see the tour of this place, you're going to kind of see really why that comes in handy. It's pretty incredible. Some of their favorite hobbies are, as Donna loves to do pour paintings, gel painting, card making, scrapbooking, although she doesn't really have very much time for that right now since they are now operating a business with a grand opening coming up. So make sure you guys pay attention to that announcement. She's also an avid reader. She usually has 2 books going at once, so pretty talented. Chuck, on the other hand, is music all the time. So he's either performing, writing, practicing, or doing his thing here at the school. So music all the time for them. Something not a lot of people know, but should, is Donna is an open book. She kind of wears her heart on her sleeve. So if you've ever gotten to know her, she's a straight shooter. So I recommend you take her out to coffee and see it for yourself. And Chuck has been to over 300 concerts, and he has seen Queen in multiple iterations over 30 times. So I wonder if he has a preference for that band. We'll see. So I asked, given the fact that we're talking music today, I asked the two of them what their favorite album of all time is and why. Donna replied, "This is kind of a hard question. It would be like asking me which one of my children is my favorite. I guess the band I always turn to, however, would be Del Amitri. As for my favorite album of theirs, it would probably have to be Some Other Sucker's Parade, just because I love the music and there are songs for just about everyone on the album." So good answer there. As for Chuck, you guessed it, 1975's Queen's A Night at the Opera. Kind of cemented them as his favorite band, hence that's why he's seen them over 30 times in his life, and convinced him that music was going to be a cornerstone of his life. So through and through, we got music going through this place, and I am very, very, very excited to introduce Donna and Chuck. So let's give them a warm red carpet welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
So we are School of Rock. We are a performance-based music education program for ages 3 and above. Right now, our youngest student is 3 and our oldest student is 75. So we have programs for you no matter what your age. 3, 4, and 5-year-olds do a 45-minute group class every week. 6 and 7-year-olds do a 60-minute group class every week. And then ages 8 and above, that's when we start private lessons. So they get a 45-minute private lesson every week. And depending on age, is either a 90-minute group band rehearsal every week or a 2-hour group band rehearsal every week. You want to talk about the curriculum and stuff?
Yeah, sure. So we're unique in the fact that we are a performance-based music education program. So it's really all about getting our students, both kids and adults, performing live on stage. And when we get past the pandemic, the School of Rock way is to get them performing live on stage in real rock music venues, doing real rock concerts. And here in the Denver area, there's a total of 9 schools now in the Colorado area. We are the first one in northern Colorado, but the Colorado schools play at things like Red Rocks every year and have the opportunity to play at major music festivals. But the real key is we don't teach music performance. We perform to teach music. So performing live on stage is a key way that the kids learn not only how to master their instruments, but master the craft of performing as well too. So the program is designed to build confidence, to build camaraderie, to build the social aspect where the kids get to work together as a team. It's very non-competitive. It's all about being supportive of each other to help everybody get better at what they're doing so they can get out there and rock together. So that's what School of Rock's all about. There's over 270 School of Rock franchises and corporate stores around the world. And actually an interesting factoid is School of Rock is the largest employer of musicians, believe it or not, anywhere in the world. And to answer a little trivia question that I'm sure is on many people's minds, do we have anything to do with the movie? Well, in actuality, Jack Black's character in the movie was based on Paul Green, who was the founder of School of Rock in his very first location in Philadelphia. So the School of Rock actually came before the movie, and Jack Black, again, was based on Paul Green. So we're here at Foothills. We soft opened and started enrolling students and doing reduced size classes. Obviously, student safety is our #1 concern. So opening during the pandemic, we have a significant amount of safety protocols in place, everything from enforcing wearing masks 100% of the time to sanitizing hands, you'll see as we take the tour of the school, we have a divider set up to maintain social distancing. We're limiting our group class sizes to make sure that we have social distancing. And it's become a great way for the kids and adults now to find an outlet because they're still taking most of their public schools remotely. So we give them a chance here to come get together and rock and roll in a very, very safe environment and in very small groups. And our grand opening is coming up 1 week from tomorrow on October.
No, 2 days.
Today is Thursday. 1 week from Saturday on October 10th. As I mentioned, we're here at Foothills. We're in one of the outlying buildings facing the parking lot. We're kitty corner to the Cinemark theaters. If you're familiar with the walkway that takes you into Bad Daddy's and the grass area where the ice rink is, we're located right there. Our front door is in between where X Golf is and the Xfinity store. Our grand opening, again, is going to be COVID safety paramount in mind. 90% of it is going to be outdoor on the lawn. We are going to be covered with large tents just in case there is inclement weather, but the latest forecast says it's going to be beautiful, so we're keeping our fingers crossed. We're going to have performances by School of Rock's house band from the Littleton location and also the Broomfield location will be performing throughout the day. We're going to have drawings and giveaways, safe, socially distant arts and crafts activities. We're going to be joined by other vendors from the Foothills Mall are going to be out there as well too. And everybody's going to have a chance to spread out over a very large area. We will be giving tours of the school, but we're going to be doing that one family at a time. We'll have an information booth set up outside of the school, and hopefully we'll have large crowds, and we'll get everybody signed up for specific times and give everybody a chance to walk through the school very safely. And also, one of the things that we do, and the key way that you or your kids or your family or friends can get a taste of School of Rock, we do offer free trial lessons. So you have a chance to come in, take a 45-minute, 30 to 45-minute trial lesson with one of our instructors on the instrument of your choice. And you'll also get to come back and sit in on one of our group sessions and see what we're all about, and then hopefully join the School of Rock family after that. So I think that just about covers it. You told everybody more about me than I ever say about myself already. So.
Well, cool. Well, I think, are we ready to kind of do a tour, kind of show off the cool space?
Absolutely.
Sounds good. All righty. So hang on, guys. Let's do this. We're going to take you outside so you guys can kind of see the entrance, and then we're going to walk through the facility, check out the studio, and then I think we'll probably finish out with some Q&A before we until we enjoy our performance.
Welcome to School of Rock Fort Collins. Here we are standing in front of our building again. Suite 720. Let's not waste any time. The cool stuff's in there. Let's go now. Thank you, young lady. So this is our lobby and waiting area. So normally this is where parents would come and check their kids in. One of the safety precautions that we have in place is we are meeting the kids outside now and asking the parents to drop the kids off outside. So we're limiting the amount of people that congregate here in the lobby. So you see we've got my other favorite band, the Beatles, right here, well represented. Our front desk area right here, kids all have backstage passes with the QR code, and they sign in for their lesson as they walk in the front door. And now we're coming into the main area here. And down this hallway is where we have all of our one-on-one lesson rooms. We have 6 lesson rooms on this side. We can kind of walk by and take a look. We have 3 of them that are set up for keyboard lessons. This is one of our keyboard rooms, and as you can see, this is one of our COVID precautions. We have barriers in between the student and the teacher, plus they're wearing masks and they can face each other and see what everybody's doing. We have everybody, the speakers in here and wired for sound in every one of our lesson rooms. On this side, we have our drum rooms. This is one of 2 drum rooms. And these do get quite loud. We do require kids to wear hearing protection when they're in. But one of the unique things about the way we've set up the school is we have 2 full drum kits, one for the instructor and one for the student, and they're set up next to each other, which is very unique. So the orientation of where the drums are the same. If you're facing, it's reversed, and it's harder for the students to learn. So we have 2 drum rooms just like this. We have 3 keyboard rooms. And we also have 3 guitar and bass rooms that are set up for one-on-one instruction for guitar and bass. And we can do vocal instruction in any of these rooms as well. And back here, this is our green room, otherwise known as our student lounge, but I guess this is a good representation of Queen. Being my favorite band. This is the Queen room as well too, so we have lots of Queen memorabilia on the wall. During normal operation, when we don't have our extra safety precautions in place, this is an area where the kids can hang out in between classes. If they're not performing on a specific song, they can come in here, hang out, do their homework. We normally have activities and things out here. But we're limiting the use of this right now, again, to keep social distancing rules in place. Our kitchen and office area here. We have some restrooms over here, which are always important. And in here, this is the smaller of our 2 group rehearsal rooms that also doubles as a recording studio. So we have a full setup in here for 2 keyboard players, 2 guitar players, 2 drummers, bass player, vocalist. And you'll see that glass window. We'll walk in that room. We have our control room that overlooks both of our performance areas. And we'll show you what we do in there next. So we'll come back this way. feel like I shouldn't walk with my back to the camera. Hopefully I won't fall. Okay. And in here, this is our control room. This is where a lot of the magic happens. We're actually set up in here to do Pro Tools recording. We're going to be offering recording workshops and classes, a few months down the road once we get the school, operating at full capacity. We have the ability over here to live stream from our performance room. So that's another thing that differentiates us during the pandemic. We can do some online performances as well too, if there aren't venues for the kids to play in. And everything that we do can be recorded and streamed as well too. And I'm going to take care of some work as we walk through here, because I'm going to get ready. I'm going to go ahead and click a couple of magic buttons here as I put my glasses on. This is Stefan, by the way. He's one of our outstanding musical instructors and studio coordinators. And today he's going to be our lighting engineer. So we are going to be recording the performance as well too, and we'll put a music video up online as well as the video from the meeting. So we come back around the corner here, we'll take you into our performance room. First we'll go into our rookies room and Little Wing room. This is where we do our beginner students classes. So Little Wings kids, from 3 to 5 years old. The program is mainly teaching them the basics of music and rhythm and melody, and they all gather in here. And also our rookies who haven't quite figured out what instrument they want to play yet, they get a chance to try everything. So they can try bass, they can try a perfect size drum kit, they can try keyboards. And for our very beginner students of that age, we do things like have guitars with only one string on them. So it gets them started at a level that they're very comfortable with. So let's go back out. Even though we can go through here, we'll take you through the main door.
And then did you want to do Q&A or did you want to do the performance first?
That's up to you. We're at your disposal.
So why don't we do this? Let's go ahead. We're gonna. I don't want to spoil a surprise. So let's head back. We're gonna do a quick Q&A, and then let's close this out with a pretty cool little show.
All right. Hey guys, stand by.
All right. So do you guys sit down and we'll jump into Q&A.
All right, so let's answer some questions.
All right, so Francis is asking, can someone be an instructor or teacher with you? Are you guys hiring?
We have a full roster right now, but we will constantly be hiring. So if anyone's interested, just send your resume to me at dsilber, S-I-L-B-E-R, at schoolofrock.com, and then we'll take a look at it and be in touch.
Wonderful. Do the kids get to choose who's in the band with them?
No, not, well, they will eventually, but because we're brand new, we chose the show themes and we cast the kids in as they joined whichever group had space. Next season, they will have a choice of which show they want to go into, and they would generally talk to their bandmates and friends and say, hey, let's choose the same one. So there is some choice there. We also talk to their individual instructor and make sure that the show that they're choosing is a good fit for them.
Right, so for instance, all of our shows have themes. So the very first show that we're doing is based on Y2K. So songs from the 2000s. But the themes of the shows vary from British Invasion to heavy metal, to Queen, to Black Sabbath, to Green Day, versus, somebody else. So every season, there's different shows. And as we grow in student count, there could be as many as 4 or 5 different shows going on in a specific season.
Very good. Roseanne's wondering, what year was the School of Rock franchise system started? What year was the first store in Philadelphia? I'm sorry?
In 1998 was the first school in Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia, okay, perfect. Couple of grand opening questions. What time is the grand opening on the 10th?
Starts at 10 a.m., goes until 3 p.m. And there'll be lots of activities and local businesses out there with us too.
Yep.
And is it rain or shine?
Yes.
Rain or shine.
We have a tent, so it'll be covered. The weather is supposed to be nice. If the weather turns at the last minute, we do have the option of putting the sides on the tent to make it, you know, safer for everyone and more comfortable.
Yeah, but it's a big tent. We're gonna have two of them, actually, one covering the band and then a 40 by 40 tent covering the viewing and activity area as well.
Okay, very good. Jess is asking if there's an event that she can share on social media about the grand opening.
Sure, we can. We have information on our Facebook page and Instagram that can be shared.
And what's our Facebook page? It's School of Rock Fort Collins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Just double check.
What else would it be?
I don't know.
Do you teach harmonica?
Believe it or not, our 75-year-old student is a harmonica player, and she's been jamming on it, you know, in the performance class. We don't. The main things that we teach are guitar, bass, drums, keyboards, and vocals. Those are the core instruments in the School of Rock curriculum. But we do have instructors that have other skills. Instructors, you know, that, for instance, in Fort Collins, ukulele and mandolin are very, very popular. So we're starting to get requests for that. So we may add that to the curriculum as well, too. And if our students have other instruments that they play besides the core instrument that they're learning here at the school, we also have the opportunity for them to play those instruments in a performance song as a way to add additional songs that they're involved in.
Okay. Couple other questions. Do you rent out the full studio area?
It's one of the things that we're thinking about doing. Obviously, right now, and always our priority is making sure that the facilities are there for our programs and for the students. But we are looking at doing things like offering services, because we have a full video production and streaming capabilities here, of potentially renting out the studio space for that, or during downtime when we're not having classes. So that is something that we're certainly open to doing, and feel free to contact us if you're interested. But we're going to take that slowly, because obviously, you know, the most important thing is having the schedule flexibility to keep the social distancing that we need, you know, right now to have students in the building.
Okay, perfect. That makes sense. Price range for lessons, and how often does a student attend class? And I think you might have touched on that, but can you reiterate that for us?
Sure. Do you want to take that one?
Yeah, so our Little Wing classes are $99 a month. Rookies is $200 a month. And then when kids are age 8 and above, and they start private lessons and the group band rehearsals, it is a 45-minute lesson every single week, as well as either a 90-minute or 2-hour group band rehearsal every week. And we don't charge anything extra if it's a 5-week month like September was. You get an extra lesson and an extra rehearsal, and that cost is $375 a month. And yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually a great value, because when you add up all of the hours that you get, all of the private lessons, all of the group lessons, all of the benefits, we include a method books, which teaches the School of Rock method, that's included in that. And all the students also get a School of Rock method app for their smart devices or their computers that they use to communicate homework assignments and read notes from their teachers. And all of the songs that are in the School of Rock catalog, and there's well over 1,300 songs, are in that. So you have the sheet music for the vast majority of that, available digitally, backing tracks, so the kids can practice at home. They can record their practices at home, and it allows the teacher to track their progress as well, too. So all of that is included in, you know, in the monthly membership.
And so it's about between 9 and 11 hours of music education every single month, depending on which program you're in.
Okay. Someone wants to know if they can shoot their music video there.
That's, you know what? Send us a note. We're certainly open to that. We've got the facilities to do it. I would say that we're not going to do that in the next couple of weeks. Our hands are full right now getting ready for our grand opening. But yeah, our facility is certainly world class, and you know, we have the ability to do that, and that's something we're definitely planning on doing in the future.
Okay. And then one other, are there any famous graduates from School of Rock?
You know, it's interesting. There are, and it's one of the things that the School of Rock program is starting to keep track of now, because as students graduate and go to be, you know, professional musicians, there's going to be like an alumni, you know, association. So there are several. Don't test me on who they are right now, you know, but they're, you know, some of the younger, you know, up and coming musicians. A lot of the students go on to be professional musicians, but that's not a requisite. You don't necessarily have to come here to learn how to be a professional musician. You come here for the experience, learning the instrument, getting up there, performing on stage, and it's a skill that's going to serve them well no matter what their career path is. So yes, some students go on to be professional musicians, but that's not necessarily the
yeah, it's more important. So we are a safe space for any age group, but we have a lot of students that have been bullied at school, you know, for a simple reason that they love music. And so when they come here, they really find their place, they find their people. And that to us is far more important than if anyone moves on to be a professional musician.
And that, not to belabor that point, but that's the thing that really attracted us to the concept. We love the concept, but you know, as part of our due diligence, when we were talking to existing students or parents of existing students in cities all around the country, the feedback that you hear, we heard was just overwhelmingly positive. Things like it literally, in some instances, saved my kid's life. It changed my kid's life. They were very shy and introverted. They're, you know, a different person now. They absolutely love coming here. And, you know, the vast majority of people's experiences are like that. And it truly is something that can make a huge impact, you know, on kids' lives in many different ways other than learning musical skills. And adult lives too. I mean, our 75-year-old student, you know, she was a musician, you know, and plays different instruments and is learning new instruments now. And this is a great outlet for her as well too. And we've gotten a lot of interest from the senior community as well too. So we expect that to grow here as well.
That's awesome. NJE, I don't know who she is, but she wants to say hi and that she misses seeing you. Not.
Thanks for the personal shout out.
There you go. And then Todd wants to know if you have voice lessons. Do you do voice lessons too?
Absolutely. We have two outstanding vocal instructors, both three. Two of them have master's degrees, you know, in voice. You know, they're professional musicians, and they know a wide genre as well too. One of our vocal instructors has got his degree in opera and classical voice. So those techniques are still very valuable to somebody seeking rock, you know, learning rock and roll as well too. So we have a very diverse staff with a lot of different skills and talents.
Wonderful. Anybody else have any questions before we see the surprise?
You want to mention that?
Oh,
Right.
if you stop by and drop off your business card, say hello to us, and take a tour of the school, we'll give you a School of Rock t-shirt.
Oh, that's cool. That was one of the comments that he really likes your shirts. So
Excellent. We have many different styles.
wonderful. And Teresa, I think the age is 3 to 75.
3 to 90.
Yeah,
3 to 90. 3 to whatever you want to be. That's right. Wonderful. All right, Chad.
Ready for the performance?
It's a dose of rock and roll at 10 a.m.
Let's do it. All right, guys, let's head back into the concert hall and we will watch performance. Thank you.
Here we go. Is everybody ready to rock?
Yeah.
All right. So without any further ado, this is for the very first time performing together. We have a group of 5 students from our performance program. This is Jordan Pasquin. He is a musical director here at School of Rock, and that's Abe, our show director. And why don't you introduce our performers real quick and just go around and maybe say hi and hello.
So we'll start with Hannah here on vocals.
Hi.
We keep going around. Let's go to Bran on guitar, and then Rowan back on the drums, Lily on bass, and then Evan on guitar.
Oh, all right.
So shall we rock?
Yeah,
That's
let's
right.
rock. This is going to be Highway Star by Deep Purple.
Rock and roll!
Ready?
Yeah. Very cool. Very
Rock and
cool.
roll! Thank you guys, awesome job. Let's
Thank you.
have
Thank you.
another round.
Yeah.
I just want to mention that they only rehearsed for 1 hour for this show.
Cool. So probably close it out.
I hope everyone enjoyed that.
What subject?
Wonderful. All right, guys. Can't find my video here. All right. Thank you so much for that. That was awesome. I think we are about out of time, so let's give these guys a big red carpet thank you. And Chad, are we doing anything else, or are we good?
We're good. We had a concert. We rocked out a little bit, so I'm gonna it's gonna be fun. So yeah, no, this is gonna, again, quick reminder. Please swing by the location and get yourself a T-shirt with the tour. So don't forget to do that. And then also keep an eye out. I will make sure to include the announcement of the grand opening in our red carpet email that goes out. So a quick reminder there for you guys as well.
Wonderful. All right. Donna, thank you guys so much for having us this morning. That was super fun. We're all ready to go out and have a wonderful day now. We're all
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next Tuesday. All right, today's Thursday, so next Tuesday. We'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.